Pancreas is considered as a mixed gland. Why? Because pancreas acts as both exocrine as well as endocrine gland. Now, the exocrine pancreas constitute 98 to 99% of the pancreatic mass. That means the endocrine pancreas constitute only 1 to 2% of the pancreatic mass. Though endocrine pancreas is very important, we'll discuss that later. First, let us discuss about exocrine pancreas. This exocrine pancreas, which constitute 98 to 99% of pancreatic mass, is composed of pancreatic acini. What are pancreatic acini? That are acinar cells of the exocrine pancreas. Along with that, ductal cells are also present. So, exocrine pancreas is composed of pancreatic acini, that is acinar cells, and ductal cells. Acinar cells synthesize digestive enzymes and proenzymes to get released in the duodenum through pancreatic duct. Acinar cells synthesize digestive enzymes and proenzymes which are released in the duodenum through the pancreatic duct. Whereas the ductal cells, that is the cells present within the pancreatic duct, they secrete bicarbonate rich fluid. That means that fluid is rich in bicarbonate ions. This neutralizes the acidic chyme coming from the stomach and also provide optimal pH for the pancreatic enzyme activity. So, in the exocrine pancreas, the pancreatic acini, that is the acinar cells, they synthesize and secrete digestive enzymes and proenzymes which are released in the duodenum through pancreatic duct. And the ductal cell release bicarbonate rich fluid. The ductal cell release bicarbonate rich fluid, that is the fluid rich in bicarbonate ions. This neutralizes the acidic chyme coming from the stomach and also provide optimal pH for pancreatic enzyme activity. Now we will discuss about the endocrine pancreas, which constitute only 1 to 2% of the pancreatic mass. But what I have told earlier, that it is also very important part of the pancreas. There are about 1 to 2 million islets of Langerhans. Now, what are islets of Langerhans which are present in endocrine pancreas? Islets of Langerhans are small clusters of endocrine cells. Now, there are 5 types of cells present in islets of Langerhans. There are alpha cells, beta cells, delta cells, pp cells, and epsilon cells. So, what are the 5 types of cells present in islets of Langerhans? There are alpha cells, there are beta cells, there are delta cells, there are pp cells, and there are epsilon cells. Now, alpha cells which are present in islets of Langerhans, they secrete glucagon hormone. Later we will discuss the function of glucagon hormone. First, know the names of the hormones which are released by these cells. Alpha cells secrete glucagon hormone. Beta cells secrete insulin hormone. Delta cells of the islets of Langerhans, they secrete somatostatin hormone. But I need to say one thing, that somatostatin hormone is not only secreted by delta cells of islets of Langerhans. This somatostatin hormone is also secreted by hypothalamus. They are also secreted by pyloric antrum of the stomach, and they are also secreted by duodenum. So, somatostatin hormone, which is secreted from the delta cells of islets of Langerhans, are also secreted from hypothalamus, pyloric antrum of stomach, and duodenum. Now, the pp cells which are present in the islets of Langerhans, they secrete pancreatic polypeptide hormone. And the epsilon cells which are present in islets of Langerhans, they secrete ghrelin hormone in very small amount. Now we will discuss about the function of each hormone. First we will discuss about the function of glucagon hormone. Glucagon is secreted from the alpha cells of the islets of Langerhans. This glucagon is a peptide hormone which acts on hepatocytes and stimulate glycogenolysis. Now, what is hepatocyte? Hepatocyte means liver cell. So, glucagon acts on hepatocytes. That means glucagon acts on liver cells and stimulates glycogenolysis. What do we mean by glycogenolysis? Here we have observed 2 terms. One is glycogen, another is lysis. Lysis means breakdown. So, breakdown of what? Breakdown of glycogen. So, in the process of glycogenolysis, glycogen is broken down to glucose, because glycogen is the stored form of glucose. Now, when the stored form of glucose, that is glycogen, is broken down, then glucose will be released. So this glucagon, which is a peptide hormone, they acts on hepatocytes, that is liver cells, and stimulates glycogenolysis, that is they break down glycogen, which is the stored form of glucose, into glucose, resulting in hyperglycemia. That means high level of glucose in blood. Hyper means high, glyce comes from glucose, and emia means blood. So hyperglycemia means higher level of glucose in blood. Apart from that, it also stimulates gluconeogenesis. Now, what is gluconeogenesis? Gluconeogenesis is a process where glucose is synthesized from non-carbohydrate substance. So, glucagon also stimulates gluconeogenesis, where glucose is synthesized from non-carbohydrate substance. So, as glucose is getting synthesized, this will again contribute to hyperglycemia. Glucagon also reduces the cellular glucose uptake and its utilization, and all this contribute to hyperglycemia. Therefore, glucagon is considered as a hyperglycemic hormone because it increases the level of glucose in blood. So this hormone is called a hyperglycemic hormone as it induces hyperglycemia. Now we will discuss about insulin hormone, which is secreted by the beta cells of islets of Langerhans. Now, insulin is also a peptide hormone which acts on the hepatocytes, that is liver cells, and adipocytes. Adipocytes means cells of the adipose tissue. So insulin acts on both hepatocytes and adipocytes and enhances cellular glucose uptake and its utilization. That means it acts opposite to that of the glucagon hormone. So what will happen if insulin acts on hepatocytes and adipocytes and enhances cellular glucose uptake and its utilization? This will lead to rapid movement of glucose from blood to hepatocytes and adipocytes. So what will happen? The glucose level in blood will come down. This will lead to reduced blood glucose level. Therefore, insulin is considered as a hypoglycemic hormone. What do we mean by hypoglycemia? Hypo means low. Glyce, what comes from glucose, and emia means blood. So hypoglycemia denotes low level of glucose in blood. So what I have told, insulin is a peptide hormone which acts on hepatocytes and adipocytes and enhances the cellular glucose uptake and its utilization. Therefore, there will be a rapid movement of glucose from blood to hepatocytes and adipocytes, and this will result in decreased blood glucose level, and therefore insulin is considered as hypoglycemic hormone. Additionally, insulin stimulates glycogenesis in the target cells. Now, what is glycogenesis? Glycogenesis means conversion of glucose to glycogen. Now, when the glucose gets converted to glycogen, what will happen? The level of glucose in blood will again come down. Therefore, insulin is considered as hypoglycemic hormone. So, both insulin and glucagon, they maintain the glucose homeostasis in blood. So, glucose homeostasis in blood is maintained jointly by insulin and glucagon. Now, I will discuss about somatostatin, which is secreted by the delta cells of islets of Langerhans. Somatostatin is a peptide hormone. It acts mainly as inhibitory hormone. It inhibits glucagon secretion from alpha cells. It inhibits insulin secretion from beta cells. It reduces the secretion of digestive enzyme from the exocrine pancreas. It inhibits release of gastrointestinal hormones like gastrin, secretin, cholecystokinin, and gastric inhibitory peptide. This somatostatin slows down gastrointestinal motility and therefore decreases gastric emptying. That means it increases the gastric emptying time. It takes more time to get the gastric content being emptied from the stomach because it slows down gastrointestinal motility. This somatostatin also reduces gastrointestinal flow and nutrient absorption. So somatostatin, which is secreted by the delta cells of islets of Langerhans, they mainly act as inhibitory hormone. Now I will discuss about pancreatic polypeptide hormone, which is secreted by the PP cells of islets of Langerhans. It also decreases the release of digestive enzymes and bicarbonate from the exocrine pancreas. This pancreatic polypeptide hormone decreases the release of bile into the intestine. Why? Because this pancreatic polypeptide hormone reduces the gallbladder contraction. So as the contraction of gallbladder get reduced, what will happen? The release of bile into the intestine will also get decreased. This pancreatic polypeptide hormone slows the gastric emptying. It acts on the brain to reduce appetite and promote a feeling of fullness. So pancreatic polypeptide hormone acts on brain to reduce appetite and promote a feeling of fullness. Now I will discuss about ghrelin. Ghrelin is secreted in small amount from the epsilon cells of islets of Langerhans. Ghrelin is mainly secreted by stomach. We will discuss that later. But pancreas also secrete ghrelin, but in small amount. This ghrelin is secreted in small amount from the epsilon cells of pancreatic islets of Langerhans. This ghrelin acts on hypothalamus to stimulate appetite. This ghrelin acts on pituitary gland to stimulate growth hormone secretion. This ghrelin promotes gastric motility. This ghrelin stimulates gastric acid secretion. So what we have seen, pancreatic polypeptide hormone, they act on brain and reduce appetite, but ghrelin acts on hypothalamus to stimulate appetite. Pancreatic polypeptide hormone slows gastric emptying. That means it slows the motility of the gastrointestinal tract, whereas ghrelin promotes gastric motility. So it will help in faster gastric emptying. So these are the functions of the hormones which are secreted by the endocrine pancreas. So we have already discussed the role of pancreas as an exocrine gland and the role of pancreas as endocrine gland, and that is the reason why pancreas is considered as a mixed gland.